Testing, testing. Good morning. Good afternoon. Oh, good. Audio is working. Wonderful. How's everybody doing? Doing a little short here at 2.25, 2.5. And I'm just got some bids in here at 400.5. And I just got one contract left. I took that back at half, 3/4. Just a quick little trade. And the reason I took that short, I'll get into it in a second. Overnight inventory, long, POC moved up, good distribution. So I saw this, and then I saw the seller move down here, and the seller moved here. So I started shorting the 2.5, 2.25 level. And I just put some bids in just down here. If we hold this all the way and it takes out that 7,400 stop, we should come down to 97 and then 95 and 73.92. Now, let me go and show you the sort of larger bird's eye view here. Overnight inventory is long, 70%, 80% of the inventory is above yesterday's close. Inside day did a little look above and fail of the previous day high. We are above 73.91, so we're going to watch that level to the downside when we correct. We're only about 7-8 points away from it now. And today is, after the close, I do believe Leather Jacket Guy has earnings, right? With NVIDIA. So yeah, I'm short. I was short. And I wanted to cover before I started talking. So I could concentrate. You know, it's fascinating. I was just on a conference call with some guys who developed this sort of trade copier software where the head of the room takes a trade and it replicates into people's prop accounts. I mean, what'll they think of next? The technology these days is just amazing. Just crazy, you know? Just crazy. All sorts of different ways of doing business here. But for now, we're going to do it the old-fashioned way, right? As they say at Smith Bunny, we make our money the old-fashioned way. We earn it. Oh. Hey, Rich in Naples. Good to see you. Welcome, everyone. I'm JJ. This is the tradingsyndicate.org. And it's slowly creeping downwards. We seem to be finding some bids at 73.99. You know, the problem with this market is when it sells off, it just takes so long to liquidate until someone gets frisky and gives it a good thumping. We haven't had that yet. Moran, what that means is he wants it to go down, and he doesn't know how to sell. He's Hawaiian, so he doesn't know how to spell please. I think he's trying to say poi, which I could never get used to the taste of that stuff. You know. Malasadas I'll take. Loco mocha I'll take. Poi, I don't know. And spam, I really don't know. I don't get the spam thing. I know you guys love it. Oh boy. Okay, we got to get to work, don't we? We have to work. There is a poor low, and there was a poor high, and it got taken out. There is a poor low. Right before yesterday's low, right? Hey, Kevin, how's it going? How's Cape Cod? I don't know about Spam Moosey. There was a guy in our room called Spam. I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared. The Timequake guy. What was it? Oh yeah, Squirrel. Squirrel's gone. Long gone. Oh well. Okay, where are we going to trade? Now it's being annoying, right? The ES, the futures are just annoying. Hey, Fish Lips, what's going on, man? Holy cow, I have not seen you in ages. Where you been, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. It's been a long time. Good, good, good. Kind of stuck in a bit of an annoying place here in this ES right now. Inventory's long. We should be correcting lower. Unfortunately, we're a little stuck here. Little bit stuck. Hopefully, when we open, we can correct it a little bit. Get some movement lower. And correct some of this inventory. Oh, there's that seller at 2 and change. Yeah, annoying, eh? I think shorting this market, position shorting this market while at all-time highs is probably one of the most annoying things you can do. That's why I like scalping, because you can get in and out, make a couple of points here, a couple of points there on the short side, and save your bullets for the big long. So what I've done, folks, I know this is a bit annoying, is I've marked with these white lines where the sellers are going to be when we move back up, if we move back up, right? And that is always helpful when say you bought 7,400, right? You bought 7,400, stop 99. There's going to be a seller at 2, and there's going to be a seller at 3. There's going to be a seller at 4. So you can spread your sell orders out. And if they get taken, great. right? If they don't get taken, get out of the trade, right? Before it reverses on you, right? And this way, what we want to do, we want you to get used to taking profits, right? You know, we want to teach you how to get paid, right? So the thing is, as a retail trader, most retail traders are used to losing money. They're not used to making money and withdrawing money from their accounts and that kind of thing. You know, I spoke to a guy this morning, and you know, he said, I make 30 to 50 bucks a day, but it's consistent. Every day I make, like 40, 50 bucks. And he's like, oh, I know it's not much, but you know what? It's still $800 a month that he didn't have before, right? And once you get used to making money, you're not going to want to do anything to screw that up, right? So once you get used to being profitable and being consistent, you don't want to screw that up, right? So you will not do anything to screw it up, so which means you're not going to trade unless the trade is at your edge, at your way of doing business, right? Very important, right? So once again, I missed that short at 74.02. Rats. Should have been shorting two with the, we want to train you to be consistent. Right? I think we could probably, let's take a little bit of a larger look at this. We've been in distribution now for hours, right? We broke VWAP 6:45 this morning, and we've been above distributing all morning. So we are due for some liquidation. Now, if we can stay underneath 74.03, there's clearly a seller there, right? If we can stay underneath these levels, we should see a little bit of continuation downside, right? A little continuation. Right? As they lower the offer, it means sellers are competing to capture the buying. So, if you're short 7,400 and up, your warning level is 2.5, right? So if you're short 74.01, 7,400, you go and put in a 98 and 3/4 bid, see if you get hit. And I did, there, that's beautiful. I'm short 7,400. I'm bid 96 and 3/4, and I've got another stop at 97 and 1/4, and I'm out. Do you need to have a trading journal? Yes, you do. You do. And you need to, but the thing is, you need to know what to write in it. Now, you don't have to go and buy an expensive trading journal, right? All you need, knack, is a notebook, right? You get one at the dollar store, 99 cents, right? That's all you need. What should you be writing in your trading journal? You should be writing where the sellers are and where they stop selling, right? Where the inventory is, where it's priced. Oh, you've got a free stock journal? Well, that's great. Beautiful, Ramon. Free is beautiful, right? What's it called? Stonk Journal. Okay, cool. I'll check it out, right? Good stuff, right? And here is our trip to VWAP. There's going to be a little bit of buying around that stop at 95 and then at 92. VWAP's down at 88. So which means we'll have to break 73.91. This is a beautiful trade, right? So I was late. I should have been short 74.02. I shorted 7,400 and I covered one in these big red candles. Not bad. Not bad. A couple of points here, a couple of points there. It adds up. You know, it adds up. You don't have to go crazy. And what we're doing is we're trading with the flow of business. And speaking of the flow, we're off. We're open. Okay. Inventory is long. Oh, there's a seller. There's a seller at 99, right? Let it open. Let it breathe like a fine wine. Okay. Taking out 93. Your target is 91 and a quarter. Okay. If you break 91 and a quarter, we're looking for VWAP at 88 and a half. It's a nice two-sided market, Markets need to liquidate. It's very, very healthy to have liquidation. Liquidation is like having liquid wrench or WD-40. It kind of keeps the gears moving. You know what I mean? Otherwise, this thing gets rusty. There's 91 and a quarter. Well, they splashed it, didn't they? Little responsive buying. Now let's see where they sell into this, right? I'm thinking right here. I think they're going to sell the 99s, right? So if they start selling 99, 98, you can sell alongside. It happened so quick, though, you probably didn't catch it. I didn't. I'll wait for the next candle and see what happens. They are front-running VWAP on the bids, so be aware of that. If you are short, get some bids in, right? Get some bids in there. Next candle is going to open here. Kind of hard to short it right here. You might use the open as a reference. I hate shorting in the hole. So what I like to do is, if you want to do this responsive short thing, when that candle comes and it puts in a high, you can hit that high, but your stop's going to be a bit far away, right? So unless you're a fast trader, right? If you're a really fast trader and you can hit the 93s and cover 91, that's okay. Now, as you get close to VWAP, you are going to find that there's going to be a little bit of buying, and here we go. So if you're short 93 and a half, take a little back at 90, take a little back at 89. Let's see if we can there's your 89 print, right? Nice. It was really fast. But it's nice because you could see that seller at 74.03. So we're not trying to buy dips or anything. We know that inventory is going to correct lower, right? 90 is a good place to cover. You're in a good neighborhood, LC. That's like the bird streets in Los Angeles, right? Beverly Hills. It's a good zip code, right? Or as you would say, LC, it's like rye, right? Not everybody knows that LC's fancy, He's from a very, very expensive part of New York. Old money, old money. LC's from old money. Let's see if we can get over 94. Some say he's a Vanderbilt. You know. Oh, that's funny. So we got a seller at 94. We got multiple sellers at 94. See you, Fish. Take care, brother. Drop by once in a while. It's good to see you, man. Let's see if we can clear the 94s. No, not yet. Not yet. Seller at 94. There, it's clear. Cleared the open. Oh, there's a seller at the open. Okay. This is just responsive short covering off of VWAP. How long will it last, right? Now, if I wanted to initiate a short, I could try here at 94. I could try here at 91, but I'm worried about VWAP, right? What I'd like to see is it get underneath VWAP. Because right now they're buyers above VWAP. I want to see sellers at VWAP and underneath it. And that's going to really help me short it down to like 73.84. You know, so if you're shorting this, I would like to wait for the next candle. Let's see. Right there we go. There we go. Short 88.38, covering 83 and a quarter. I covered at there. That was nice. So you just gotta wait for your setup. You know, wait for your setup. Right. Target is 73.79. Now, those of you who are looking for a look below and fail, we are coming simply back to cost basis. There could be some bids under 79. Let's see. Now, I'm flat, so I'm going to sit and wait. Time to just chill and wait and see where the seller steps in again. I think there's going to be a sell. If we can get back up to VWAP, I think VWAP's going to be a sell again. It could be. Let's see. The reason the market, have you seen how the market has changed a little bit? It's changed in the fact that that gap above us has not filled. Was it from 2 days ago, 2 days ago, 3 days ago? We have an upper gap that didn't fill the same day, and it didn't fill the day after, and it's still not filled, right? So for the first time in weeks, we have a little bit of supply. We got a little bit of selling. It's nice to see, right? We finally have a little bit of selling. It's good. That's good. It's healthy, right? As we kind of move up here, be looking for that 88 level. Yeah, no short yet. If it sticks above VWAP, be careful because it could rip right back up to 92.5. We want to make sure there's sellers at VWAP. Okay, there they are. There they are. So if you're short here, 88, 87, your stop is at 89, 90. Put some bids in at 84, 83. There's going to be a little bit of response, a little bit of buying. Right, so you're clipping in and out of that candle. It's a little harder to do because you're not at an edge, right? You can see that the last three candles have higher lows, which is a pain in the butt of your short. Because it means the sellers got down to those lows, they saw buyers, and they started to raise price. Now, there. See, the top of that candle could not take out VWAP. That's good. That's helpful. Right? See, top of that candle, VWAP, you can't take it. That means there are sell orders here. Right? There are sell orders here. So if you're short, you're okay. As long as it doesn't come up over VWAP in the top of that candle. So that's how you manage your risk if you're a scalper, right? Because you don't want to be offside 10 points on a scalp, right? What's the point in being offside 10 points on a scalp? There's no valid business reason for being offside 10 points on a scalp. So if you're scalping VWAP, if it's nice and flat like it is this morning, see the seller moved from underneath VWAP, now the seller has moved down, right? If they see buyers, and this is the part I hate about CHOP and VWAP, is if we start creeping up above VWAP, then you can manage yourself and you go, you know what, I might have to scratch this, right? I might have to scratch this. There's 91 and a half. Remember I said you're looking for sellers at 94 now, right? We start taking up these candle tops and you're short, that's when you should be in trouble. We need the sellers who are selling here. They let it breathe. Now they need to step back in, right? They need to step back in. There, it's like that. But if there's no follow through, it turns and it does this, which is really, really annoying. That's why I like shorting at an edge. It really helps to short at an edge, right? Cisco, have you slept, brother? It might be time for a little bit of a nap. Yeah, I can tell you haven't slept. Right, now for me, there's no trade here. This is annoying, right? It's right in the middle of this zone for me, so you're not going to get my money, right? I want an edge, right? I want to trade at an edge. You have to give me a good reason to do business. I am not going to give back the 20 points that I've made already. No way. You don't get it, right? Just by being stupid and trading in the middle of a zone, there's no reason to take a trade here at all, right? If you're short off that inventory correction, ultimately the goal is to hit the close of yesterday, but we're nowhere near that. And if we accept over 73.91, things could get a little dicey for the shorts, right? Just saying, right? Just saying. The nice thing about trading Globex is you can make a little bit of money. And if you catch some nice RTH trades, that's great, but you don't have to kill yourself in RTH to make a buck. Which I really like because, I mean, I do like trading RTH, but sometimes, I've been up since 5 in the morning and, RTH it's 3 in the afternoon now. As the morning for you guys wears on, I start getting a little bit tired and then my reflexes are a little slower, right? Globex is definitely more easy to trade, especially if you're not a fast trader. I mean, if you're a fast trader and you're wired and fired, then Globex, I mean, RTH is great, right? But if you're a new trader, Ramon, definitely consider trading Globex. You will, you're going to do yourself a favor. Yeah, definitely. It's a little slower. The price action's not as. Sometimes it's really too slow, but you got to take the good with the bad. Yeah, I can definitely recommend trading Globex. I do enjoy it. And you know what? What about it I really like is it kind of takes the edge off. You know, if you make a little bit of money before the open, you'll find that you don't really take a lot of bad trades during the open because you've made a little bit of money and you don't want to lose it, right? Oh yeah, sorry about that. Rip. I got up to get some water and we moved from 92 to all the way up to 7403. Apologies, my friends. Apologies. You know, and it's okay if you're not the fastest trader in the world. You don't have to be. You will develop that skill over time. Don't worry, right? All right. Now what? The meat grinder continues. So we know we've got the levels marked off. You know where the sellers are going to be. If you are long, I am not. Jeez. I was like, maybe I can, it'll come back to 7404 and I can buy some. Nope. Wow. Well, that escalated rather quickly, didn't it? Just when you think you've seen everything, right? Just when you think you've seen everything, rip. That's some pretty serious short covering, Moran. Definitely. Definitely. That's definitely short covering. So somebody showed their hand very, very nicely. Now you know where the bid is in RTH. Now we're going to come back down to 7403. And let's see if we can put a trade together there. Going to do a little distribution here. There's 7403. I'd love a look below and fail of 7403 and a half. Let's see if we get it. Oh, sorry, my TPO chart. There's the looking below. Where's the bid? Let's find the bid. No, no long yet. I won't go long until it gets back over 3.5, 4. Nope, not yet. No, it's more of a short than a long. Sorry, guys, I blew that call. Just as quick as it went up, it came right back down. Okay. 94 back up? Could be. Yeah, there should be some bids at 94 Moran or short covering before that. Yeah, I was looking for a look below and fail of 74.03. We might get it now. Let's see if we can bid back up over 3.5, 4. And then you'd be looking for a long if that happens. If they sell 3.5, 4, then it's going to rotate back down. Seller's still there. Yeah, no long yet. Jeez, back to VWAP. Back to VWAP. It goes. Gosh. Looking for a little scalp long, 74 to maybe, 94 to maybe 97, 98. There we go. Make sure you sell into strength though, right? There's going to be sellers. Long 94, out one at 97, out one at 97 and a quarter. Not the greatest trade. If they can't take out yesterday's low, RTH low, and spend time, we could, you know what? Uh, who is that? Oh, sorry, I'm losing my eyesight. Yeah. The one thing about markets when they trade all-time highs, right? I mean, here's your all-time high, right? It's up here. You've had a liquidation, and then now we're getting sideways. So if a market starts going sideways at all-time highs, and we can't take out these lows, it will rotate back up. Especially if Nvidia comes out today and crushes earnings. The shorts are going to be trapped. Cisco, if I had a nickel for every time you said die, I think I don't have to trade for the rest of the week. Brother, you really need to go to sleep. You really need to get some rest. Maybe it's time to call your wife and get her to act as compliance. Find another verb. Right. Now back up over 74.03. Short selling's a hard way to make money. You gotta get in and out in these shorts. Hit and run shorts are the best. No, it's okay, brother. You just need some rest, that's all. I know what it's like when you haven't slept for a couple of days. Seller at 3.5. And we'll rotate down and find another bid somewhere here. Okay. Oh, this chop is putting me to sleep now. Back down again. Whew. Yeah, I think I got a little long biased when I saw those three big green candles. Got a little clouded in my judgment. Let's see where they find the bid again. Jeez, there it is. Yeah, it was aggressive for like a couple of minutes and now it's kind of slowed down. So the pace in this market, you'll find, can be frustrating. That kind of stop and start pace, right? Hey, Mike, how you doing? I can't get a sense of direction here. So I'll be just happy to wait for the market to show me. Now that's a very annoying thing to hear from a trading room, right? I don't know what way it's going to go. I got to wait for it to tell me. And most people are like, "Oh, Jesus, JJ. I need to make money." Right? Where's Howard? Where's Howard? You know? All I can tell you right now is we have sellers just at around 98, 99. The candles are getting smaller, business is getting slower. If we can clear that 7,400, we're going to go tickle 7,402, but they're going to sell into it somewhere there. And do we have enough follow through on the upside? Here we go. Hey, nice work, Mike. Nice work. You passed an eval? That's great. Yeah. It's okay to have a little bit of a break, you know? A couple of minutes here, 10 minutes there. Market slows down. That's okay. Yeah, if your platform is buggy, you better not trade. I hate trading when there's any kind of a technical issue. It's basically like, hoping and wishing that the software works. No. We have a hard enough job when everything is perfect. Why add stress to it with technical issues and problems? You know what I mean? There's no reason to trade when there's like, some weird technical issue going on. Not worth it. There you go. Hey, Joe, what's going on? What London times are you usually live in Globex? I am on at 7:30 a.m. London time, which is 2:30 in the morning. Yeah, and that's when we have our Zoom. Yeah, no problem. We are in chop, my friend. Definitely we're in a chop zone. That's okay. You know what? The nice thing about chop is you get a bit of a break, right? You get a bit of a mental break, right? Take it easy, relax. No reason to get stressed out, right? Highway to the chop zone. I don't think that one was in Top Gun. Coffee break sounds good. I could use a coffee, man. I could seriously use another coffee. I don't like trading these micro chop zones. There's no direction. I call this like pickpocket price action. You go long, you get stopped out. You go short, you get stopped out. You know, no thanks. We're gonna come back down to VWAP. Let's see what kind of reaction we get. Okay, what's next? What's next? Down to VWAP. Yeah, I'm being quiet. Trying to not give out any bad trades right here. If we hold underneath VWAP, you can probably short it down to 86 and then 79. We should have enough oomph to break those lows. It is a two-sided market now. So your risk, if you're shorting this, right? If you're short underneath 86, you're selling that 90, I'm sorry, 91, right? So I'm short 90. I'm going to bid 88 and 3/4. And if I can't get filled at 88 and 3/4, I'm going to grab the offer. Here we go. I'm not getting any offer. I'm not getting any bids here. I covered at 89 and a half. Right. Once again, not my greatest work. Yeah, I gave back a couple of points there. And this is really why I'm such a stickler on just trading the edge. See, I covered too soon too. I should have hit it again. Ah, I can feel myself getting a little tired. And there's exactly the fill I wanted to on the downside. Haha. Right? That's okay. You screw up every once in a while. You're not fully dialed in. It does happen, unfortunately. I can always blame old age on that trade. No, it's just incompetence. No need to make excuses. There's 86. And if we hold under 86, you're looking for 79 and a half. Cisco's a very relaxed trader, Sticky. He's very relaxed. You should see his view, that's why. Oh no, we had a poor high, George, and we corrected it. The reason I said we had a poor high is because Jam said, "Oh, there's a poor low," and I said there was also a poor high, but we corrected it when we ripped it. But we do have a poor low, and it'd be very interesting to see if we can go and test that poor low. Yeah, Cisco's very relaxed. He's trading in Hawaii, so things are a little different for him. Does that help you, George? The poor high? Let me know. Why no tick time frames? I don't understand, Yomo. Can you explain what you mean? Why no tick? Why do I don't use a tick chart? Is that what you mean? Because I don't know how. I don't know how to use a tick chart. I've never used one. I'm open-minded. So if you can show me how to use one, I'd be happy to learn. People always bring it up and then I say, show me a chart and how to do it, and then I never hear from anybody. So that's why no tick time frames. But I'd be happy to give it a shot. Yeah, I've never experimented with it. So I stick to stuff I know, you know, just because I don't like to lose money. So if I'm not familiar with something, what I like to do is I like to practice with it and play with it and see if I can figure it out, you know. I have nothing against tick charts and all that stuff. If I don't have experience with it, I don't use it and I can't teach it. Okay. Okay, George. Good, good, good. Let me know if you have any questions, George. Is that a new George? Is that are the George that I've spoken to already before. Hey, Eric Croy, how you doing? Yeah, we have a seller at VWAP. That's good to see. Good to see. We had like 3 Georges in the room, so forgive me for asking. Because we have Old George, New George, and we have Greek George. So, oh, your new first day. Welcome, welcome. So now we got 3 Georges. That's great. The more Georges, the merrier. Here we go. Let's see if we can get down to 78.5 now. Oh, you're off to the cardiologist, Jam? Good. I'm glad you're going. Have a good one, brother. Let me know how it goes. Jeez, we're all going to the cardiologist these days. We need to get some young kids in this trading room. Too many old farts. Okay, let's see if we can go down and print the 79.5s. And we got YouTube. We got 4 Georges. Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of Georges. Come on down. The price is right. I would love a look below and fail of 79.5. That would be a nice trade. Get down here, come back up, buy this, put your stop, and sell VWAP. That would be lovely. Ooh, oh, you tease me with 79.5. Wait for the next candle. Ah, now I gotta wait. I gotta wait. Patience, patience, discipline. 10 seconds for the next candle. Here we go. 79.5. There's the look below. Do we get a fail? Not yet. It's a good thing I didn't go buy 79.5 yet, or buy 80 trying to front run it. That's what I used to always make that mistake by buying that, then getting stopped out, and then having the trade work. That is one of the most annoying things that happens to you. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. You take a trade, you get stopped out, 2 minutes later it works. Oh, that's the worst. It's the absolute worst. Yeah, we need to get some younger people in this trading room. It's starting to be like a group home for the old. So you young kids, come in. We need some young blood. There's the look below and fail. There we go. I'm long 80, and boy, oh boy, thank you. I wish I had bought more contracts. I'm flat. Oh, that was nice. What did I say? Look below and fail of 79.5 to VWAP. Thank you. And for once, I didn't buy it, get stopped out, and then miss the trade. That's exactly the trade I wanted. People in my coaching class, you need to review that. $80 out at 90. Nice work, ATL. Way to go. Way to go. Beautiful. Oh, that is my go-to ride or die money making trade. Right? Hey, Sandy. No, Sandy, I'm 58. And Jam is just right behind me. It's like we're always at the doctor's. We need some like 20-year-olds in our trading room. Oh, that was good. I was happy to get out at 84, but you know it ripped. I'll take the ride. I'll take the ride. Been waiting all morning for that trade. There you go. Are you done, Cisco? Go to sleep, brother. Get some rest. The actual target's going to be 74.03 if we can take out these sellers here. Oh, okay. That's great. I got 4 contracts on at 80. 80 up to VWAP. That was nice. Oof. You know, because I was talking about it and I was like, you know, usually I buy it here when it hit that, get stopped out, and then get frustrated and then miss this. So that is the look below and fail, ladies and gentlemen. This is the signature trade of U.S. capital markets. When those sell orders run out and the buyers come in hot and heavy, look at that. 1, 2, 3 candles that takes us from 80 all the way to 74.03. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, good. Okay, I'm done now. I'm not giving back a dime of this money. I'm not giving back a dime. Nope. Trading account is now closed. Done for the day. Gone fishing. Right? And that's what I want for you guys. I want you to make some money and just then be able to chill out. You know, you got to be able to do that. You can't sit and give it all back. Look at that rep. Somebody was short. Somebody was short. Holy Moses, look at that. Leaping lizards. Look at that. There must have been a bit of news too, right? There's always a little bit of a catalyst. Like what was the news? I know what the news was. They're bringing back the McRib, right? That's the news. Like that's a 30-point rip. That's the news. They're bringing back the McRib. McDonald's announces they're bringing back the McRib. Everybody gets on the bid. See, and that's the thing. You wait all morning for that one trade, but you got to be really dialed in because if I was at least a little bit distracted, right, when that trade happened, I would have missed it. Or I would have taken it, got stopped out, and then missed it when it ripped, right? And that's happened to us before so many times. It happens to everybody, right? You take the trade, you get stopped out. You take another trade, you get stopped out. And then when finally the trade happens and it rips, you're so frustrated by that time that you miss it. And that's when, you know, people break their keyboards and throw their computers out the window and stuff like that. Right? So that's why we're telling people to be patient, to be dialed in and all of that stuff. So they actually can be ready for it when it happens. Good stuff, X. Right? Like this part here. Let me just get rid of some of these lines. Like this chop here was driving people crazy, right? And this was distracting people, you know? So it's very easy to get caught up in this and then you miss the good trade, you know? That's why we use the zones. So you just trade only when the zone hits. Beautiful, right? Because when it hit 79.5, I was tempted to go buy the 80s. But had I bought the 80s, I would have been flushed out at 78, right? I would have been flushed out. I would have then I wouldn't have taken the 79.80 long when it ripped back up, and then I would have been kicking myself. Not like it's not happened before, but this time I was dialed in. And you notice that my concentration, remember I said at the top of the hour, right? 20 minutes ago I said I can feel my concentration kind of slipping, right? Remember I was looking for a look below and fail of 74.03 and it turned out to be a short, right? So I was like, oh, I screwed that up. I made a bad call there. I didn't take the trade, but I didn't call out the short. So I was kind of feeling like an idiot for not calling out the short. And then I was like, you know what? If we get under VWAP, let's go test that 79. That'd be a great place for a look below and fail. At 79.5. Yeah, that's tough. Averaging down, you gotta watch that averaging down, Hex, because in this market, oh my God, averaging down and you get a big 20 point green candle, dear Lord, it's going to it'll kill you, right? It just rips you apart, right? Whew. Okay. What are the blue moving prices on the right side? Ah, yes, okay. So, who was that? All right. All right. You blue moving prices on the right side of my chart. You mean these numbers here, all right? Like this stuff here, brother? These are standard deviations. They're standard deviations of VWAP. Now, a lot of people chart them, but if you chart them, then you get like a whole bunch of lines like that, and I find that confusing. So I just leave them on there, and you can kind of know that there's going to be some selling or buying when you get to them, because machines are programmed, right? How many do I have? Uh, Whatever the default is here. I think I have 3 up and 3 down. Now, if we accept over yesterday's high and the overnight high, look for, I keep saying, remember we said, who was it? I think it was Neela going, if we can't take out yesterday's low and the overnight low, we're going to get that rotation, right? And this is the problem with being positioned short in markets that are at all-time highs. Because you do a look below and fail of 91. If we stick yesterday's high, we're going to be going up into the 74.51s. But let's see, right? Let's see. While we're here, let's go and see what Leather Jacket guy is up to. 223.88 on NVIDIA. For those of you on YouTube, that's what I call the guy who runs NVIDIA. The guy always wears a leather jacket. Have you ever seen him wear a suit? I mean, I suppose he never has to wear a suit because he's so smart. But you never see the guy wear a suit or a tie, right? Just that leather jacket. So in NVIDIA, what I'm looking for is if we can take out the 227s and print that 232 on earnings. Now, I don't follow the company. I have no idea if they will or not. So I'm just purely chart-based. Okay? Got some rotation here, folks. Got some rotation. Oh, George, do you have a question? Did I miss the question? If I miss questions, please remind me. I got it. Thanks, Raj. Don't want to be too absent-minded. Do I buy stocks for retirement? I do not. I do not. It's probably one of the biggest mistakes I have ever made is not buying stocks 20 years ago. Uh, you won't believe this, but I own Bitcoin. I own Bitcoin right a little bit under where it's trading now. But it's not a retirement position. I just buy it and hold it, and it's more of an experiment, right? So my retirement plan is to do 3 deals. You know, like the band Boston, do 3 albums and then disappear. So my retirement plan is I'm a little different than most people, right? My retirement plan is to do 3 public companies, take them public, and then just disappear. That's my retirement plan. It's a little different. I've never bought stock in my life. I have never once paid. I've been in the business for 34 years. I've done 200 deals, maybe about 50 as a primary. The rest of them I've been the secondary. I haven't been you know, the head trader on a lot of them, but I've been helpful on them. And I've never once had to buy stock in my life. But guys like me are notoriously bad at retirement planning. George, great question, George. The zones marked in the chart on the left with these ranges is a cost basis, double and tripling a cost basis. Let me send you, guys, tomorrow, I was going to try and do it today. My voice is a little kind of bad. Do you want to do do you guys want to do an 11 o'clock teaching session tomorrow? We'll do like a markets 101 and details, right? I wanted to do it today, but my voice is not it's not that great. I'm starting to get a little raspy here. So George, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you a video here, my friend. And anyone who's new, please click on this and watch the video. It'll be recorded for those who can't make it. I'll do it at 11 o'clock, right? I will be coming out with a module on investing. Buying stocks long term, what to look for. Because when you've actually structured companies and taken them public, you have a bit more insight on what to look for what is a good investment. I've advised a lot of people on stuff like that, but personally, I've always been, and it's not a good thing. I've always been, if I really want to make a big score, I'll just go and do a deal, right? Go sell 50, 100 million shares of stock, between 30 cents and $3 and be done, right? You do that 3 times and you're done. I am working on the book, Cisco. The book, I need somebody to edit it. I need somebody to edit the damn thing and tell me if it's any good, right? I need help with that. I've got a couple 100 pages written. I did a little I did a little video to help advertise the book. Coming soon. Thanks, everyone. I am done for the day here. If you have any questions, welcome to all the new people in the room. Please DM me anytime. Thank you so much. Have a great, great afternoon. Be careful out there. Wait for your setup. You know, and right now we're looking for 74.51, which is just up here at the top of this little balance zone, right? So we flushed the market and we've done another look below and fail of 73.91. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning, 7:30 in the morning UK time, which is 2:30 in the morning New York time. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being with me. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.